This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at the Finished Basement Company. Since 1997, Patrick here, along with his team, designing and building basements that is whatever's the brainchild of somebody's vision. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Whether it's real practical, where you need a basement for a bedroom, bathroom, to really fun stuff with home theaters and wet bars, even more elaborate home spas. We've done climbing walls. I mean, just about anything that you can imagine that would go into a basement.
And what got you involved in this industry?
There was a call that we received back 14 years ago. A woman needed to have her basement finished. I didn't have the company at the time. We went down there, I finished it out, and I realized that, gosh, there was a real need for this. Nobody was doing basements, nobody was specializing in it. Anybody that was doing a basement was doing it with the context of a side project, something that they would do in the wintertime to fill in. And I really felt that with all the construction that was going on, there was a need for a company specializing in basement finish.
But are you also able to design it in a way where they can host parties and quite a few people?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best things about a basement is upstairs, you have to follow conventional design. Okay? In a basement, you can really do just about anything. You know, if somebody wants to really match the rest of the house, we can do that. But if somebody wants to do a themed space or something that really meets something from childhood, it can be just so many different things. And certainly in the realm of home theater, people don't want to have a huge screen dominating their living room. Versus in a basement, oh, it's perfect. It's a home theater. I mean, it's the coolest spot in the house. You know, just about every project, we'll see a home theater, we'll see a wet bar, you know, certainly a bedroom and a bathroom. Those are really the items that drive a project.
Wonderful. So we're talking about a customized approach here. We're talking about themes. I've seen where you guys did diners, and you've done, you name it, whatever somebody wants down there. It's no longer the days of Elvis having his jungle room, but you guys have also incorporated in a way that you can actually hide a lot of that stuff when it's all done.
Yeah, absolutely. The key is in our showroom here, we've got a lot of the elements that we put into our basement projects. You know, we have hidden bookcase doors. You won't even know that the utilities are back behind that wall. Access panels that just go away. I mean, there's so many trick things that you can do to hide the structural elements of a basement. With ceiling details, we've designed thousands of projects, and just over the course of time, you just learn and learn and learn what works, what really works, what are the new trends. Basements that are going a little bit more towards the modern side. Really clean lines, more of a transitional space, I would say. And there's some really neat design trends going on right now in basement finish.
Let me ask you, obviously when people partner up with you and they take a big stance in what goes on down there, does it start with a consultation?
We first have to learn what the client wants before we start to recommend anything. And so we spend a lot of time getting to know our clients. And then once we feel that we have a really good idea of what they're looking for, and typically a client will have an idea of a space, of how it's going to look. And we have really cool 3D rendering where we can walk a client through that space. Then we show them what it would look like as a finished basement company basement with our experience. And so we'll take their ideas and put our expertise and experience to work, and man, they're blown away. I've seen clients just with their mouth open going, wow, I never would have thought of that.
Obviously, they can go online and put their wish list together. Once they do that, then we talk about cost, or time-wise, how does that work?
That's going to be the number one question, is what is this going to cost? And the honest answer is we don't know until we get into design. Every basement is different. There's different levels of finish. There's different ideas that come out through the process. And so what we do is we'll go out, we'll meet with the client, we'll look at their space, and we'll talk some broad examples of different projects that we've done that are similar to what they're looking for. And that gives them a real good idea of budget range. And then moving forward, as we meet through the design process, that gets narrower and narrower and narrower until we have an exact price for the project. That price never changes. It's something that we stand by. And then we move into construction. Projects typically take anywhere from 2 to 3 months to finish. And then we have a guaranteed timeline. We put the schedule together, and we always finish on time.
So you're talking about once that design is finalized, analyzed, no surprises from there on out.
That is the absolute goal of what we're doing and all the work that we're putting into it up front, so that when we get into the project, that we're not surprised by something. Now, that said, if something does come up, we respond to it very, very quickly and make sure that it's handled right there on the spot. That's really what the project team is there for. That's why we have these dedicated project managers and designers, and that's why we have the capabilities and the resources to be able to do that.
Speaking of on-site project management, obviously these are people's homes, and so you guys have to respect in and out and that type of thing. And so tell me about that.
There's some tricks that we've learned over the years of things that we do. Number one is we come in and out of the window wells. We're not coming into the person's home and invading their space. So all of the workers are coming either through a walkout basement door or in and out of the window wells. We secure the space so that there's a lock on the door upstairs or at the base of the stairs or however we're able to secure it. We put a porta potty on every job. That's a nice touch. Our clients aren't having to worry about their bathrooms or people trudging in and out. And we also go through and we put dust protection over every single register in the house so that there's no dust or a limited amount of dust, entering the upstairs. Everything that we do is aimed towards trying to create an experience for the client, which at the end of the process, we formed a great relationship. They've had a great experience. Very, very different than other construction companies in that approach.
Absolutely. And like you say, with a typical turnaround of around 3 months, that's rather quick.
Oh, it really is. And its biggest factor here is that we're so dependable that when we say that we're going to start a project on September 3rd and we're going to finish it on, December 15th, that happens.
Wow, that's great. Your showroom here basically is a basement. I mean, it's one thing to look at some photos, and they really get me going, but it's another thing to walk in here and see all the electronics on the wall, see what a theater actually looks like. Tell me what decided to do this for you.
It's great. So when you drive up to our building, it's a 2-story office building, and you're thinking, gosh, where's Finished Basement Company? Of course, we're in the basement. And so you come down, it's an exterior entrance. We're sitting in our showroom right now, and we've got all sorts of different ideas, but most importantly, you can stand in the space, you can see the ceilings, you can see what a ceiling height looks like. We have a lot of the architectural elements from ceiling details, different transitions in flooring, wet bar. What it's doing is it's creating their potential for their own space.
You do a lot of things as far as the bars and everything you do, but obviously theater is something that a lot of the viewers out there love to see. Are we talking about people you work with in-house that take care of the surround sound and the lights and the remotes and all that type of thing?
You have to, because when you're designing the space, the theater equipment and everything that goes into that space has to be thought through. And so we have a great company, Electronic Integrations. They're a separate company, but we're partnered with them. They come into the projects, they work directly with our clients, and we work so much together that they give clients such great service, and it's really an integrated process. So whether it's a large screen format, a projector format with all sorts of cabling and speaker wires running through the project, we're coordinating that with the electronics company.
Wonderful, folks. You've got it all right there. At the bottom of the screen is their website there. On that website, you're going to see quite a bit. They're going to tantalize your eyes with a lot of things you're going to want to put on a wish list to begin with and start the process before you even walk in and talk to the guys here. You can also go to their searchable gallery where you can just put in whatever you want right there. Got a lot of awards on the walls. Tell me about your most recent and most prominent.
There have been so many projects. I've been really fortunate to be able to submit and get first, second place national design awards. We're really on the forefront of any company in the nation doing this work. Some of the more prominent projects that we've done. Recently, we did an older basement. This one was really special. We came in, it was an old historic home. It had very low ceilings. We completely excavated and tore out the concrete floor, wooden beams, and it's just beautiful. The space is absolutely beautiful, and it nestled in underneath this historic home that was built in the late 1800s.
Folks, everything right there. Their contact and their phone numbers right there at the bottom of the screen as well. And like I say, just give them a call. They'll set up a consultation with you down here. They want to know what kind of dreams and visions you have in your mind, and then from there they take it and design it, make sure it's what you want, and they start on time, they finish on time, and they hit your budget every time. If they don't, you got a problem along the way, they take care of it so fast that you'll never remember that it existed, right?
Yeah, that's right.
This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.